Anything else on Arctic frost? Or
No, it's just, there are days where I'm like, there's nothing crazier that could happen. The corruption is like, there is an end to the corruption. This is the amount of corruption that can happen. I've just been presented with a new form of corruption.
I agree. You go, we know they're slimy. The insider trading thing they used to get rich, the lobbyists they used to get rich, the book deals they used to get rich. There's lots of ways they have like these slimy mechanisms to like use their duty and responsibilities to enrich themselves. Yeah. And so you know that. But then this comes on and you go, gee, not just like it's like you have no shame.
Seriously.
And then when you get caught, to double down, be like, this is what Trump wants us to do is fight. I don't like what Trump should come out and say something again. He should say something against this because it's hugely corrupt. I mean, like the Trump kids, they're printing money with various crypto moves and all of that. Like, I mean, they're definitely leveraging knowledge for personal enrichment. I assume that's just my thought. I have no proof, but some people are out there getting paid. But that's how it's worked for a while, But this is just a new way where you go, you're not even trying to hide it.
Seriously.
It is dumb. That's the part that leads to like French Revolution, like the American Revolution was saying like, we don't like being ruled like this in unfair ways. We're subjects and we should all be equally free men. This is ridiculous. And so we're going to say we're free now. And if you want to fight about it, we'll fight. The French Revolution was more like, look at these corrupt fat cats, cut their damn heads off. And then people got all bloodlust with it. And they were like, you're corrupt. And eventually the guy who started the head cutting got his head cut off because they said he was corrupted because he was trying to lead. And they were generally against leadership at that time. But this kind of thing, when they're just like blatant about it, that's how like that sort of revolution pops up. And I'm not advocating for it. But January 6th was nothing. That was nothing. Like it was literally nothing. And there's been a couple episodes where I've had a bunch of stuff queued up on J6, like with the footage of how violent the cops were when they started the riot. The cops started it. And Steve Baker at the Blaze has done great reporting on this. So one day we might jump into that whole thing. But that was legitimately nothing. Anybody that says it was a big deal, you're wrong. These people walked in. Yeah, they did. Yeah, they did. A lot of undercover agents in there. The government purposefully underguarded the area to make sure that people would go in. The people in charge of security, Mitch McConnell, Nancy Pelosi, they wanted those people to go in. They set up everything to make sure that the people would go in. When they weren't being sufficiently, violent or whatever, that's when they started attacking them, throwing bombs at them, shooting them, turning less than lethal force weapons into lethal weapons. And they did everything they needed to do to make sure that those people lost their minds and broke in. And you knew it going in. I knew it going in. I was like, oh God, like the worst thing possible would be if they turn this into a riot. They have to, Gandhi this thing. I mean, Alex Jones was there going, don't go in. And you go, oh good, Alex Jones, the voice of reason.
Right.
He's like, don't do it. We gotta stay out. Don't do it. And you go, see, everybody knows this is it's a setup. It's a trap. But they used, embedded government agents and violence, assault, in order to ensure that it would happen. And that is nothing compared to what it would be like if it gets all French Revolution-y, Like what
we're seeing it in other countries right now.
Yeah. Old Mexico has been doing some stuff. But it gets, who had the big violent one recently?
Well, Mexico was second, but it was it the Philippines? Not the Philippines.
Or was it?
Philippines.
Something like that.
Yeah, I think it was the Philippines.
Yeah, where there's wherever. But yeah, there's these things are happening. But I mean, if you look at what happened like with Gaddafi, when those people they sodomized him with a bayonet and stuff like that, and they just brutalized that guy to death. And I'm hoping the better angels of society make sure that that sort of thing doesn't happen. But if you're just going to blatantly steal and tell people it's the right thing and there's nothing wrong with it and they're wrong to think it's wrong, at some point when there's, if you get away with it and then another person's doing it, another person, at some point people are just going to be fed up and they're just going to go like, I'm taking it into my own hands.
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering is like, what's the tipping point?
It's a good question because it's one thing like, these like the Trump shooters, those are like one-off people, maybe.
Sorry, I was just, yeah.
But they're, like one-offs where there's like lone gunman type thing, right? Yeah. But if there's a bunch, like imagine the crowd that was at January 6th, if they were there to commit violence. And they didn't slowly assemble and hang out and sing songs and chill for a while and just kind of talk smack about whatever. Imagine if they did, just rolling hard and they were armed and they were there to take out everyone that they believe to be corrupt. Once you get in there, there's not going to be a whole lot you don't think are corrupt. And even the ones that aren't corrupt, there's going to be some idiot next to you that doesn't know as much. He's there. He came for the violence. And so, I mean, it would be a massacre. It'd be a massacre. And it's wrong. It's wrong. But that's the direction the government's trying to take us in. And, of course, what ends up happening in that situation is you get sort of that French Revolution style thing that occurs. And, of course, you have to crack it down with an iron fist.
Great.
Yeah, so then you get, like, the real police state, the real totalitarian. You suspend the Constitution because it's an emergency. And, so, I mean...
And anything goes at that point.
If you're in power, it does, So that, I mean, it does make you wonder if they go, well, worst case scenario, we just become, like, super authoritarian. Like, more than we already are.